Yerp.
Yerp.
What are you lot saying, man? We still here. We in the same spot. working.
Ain't you ain't got no time to lay up.
Honestly, working on the weekend like usual. Drake talks about working a lot.
Mm.
He talks about working a lot.
And a lot of the time, yeah. Sometimes, I don't know, he's always talking about him working and then he'll be shitting on somebody's day job.
Yeah, like
why
only
am
your
I the
job.
glass, man? The cheapskate, huh? Like, okay, Drake.
Okay, Drake.
Drake!
Why is Soulja Boy so funny, by the way?
Soulja Boy is so
Like,
funny.
he's actually one of the funniest guys on the internet.
Somebody used that same meme, yeah. Oh, I'm so annoyed that I didn't save it. But they used it for something else. They were just like, I think they were talking about Boris, like talking or something. And they were like, lockdown. Tier
It's that
2.
face.
Sit!
It's that face. It's honestly that face.
Nah,
That's
biggest
it.
message.
Pow. Nigga story's fake as hell.
And when he's saying stuff, they be looking at his lip. Be like, Soulja Boy never said no. Man, listen. Nah, Soulja Boy is a living legend. Shout out to Soulja Boy, man.
Shout out Soulja Boy, man. Protect him at all costs. I hope he's okay this
Like,
lockdown.
I
We
hope
ain't really heard from him.
And I hope he doesn't do anything in between the time that we've done this episode and it gets released.
Yeah.
Because so many times we'll be giving niggas props.
And then they just come and
Damn it. We were rooting for you.
we were all rooting for
We
you.
were all rooting for you.
Speaking of people doing weird stuff, yeah.
Mm.
I'm not gonna go too far into this, but why is it like everything will be quiet? Like it was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, like now the creature was stirring, and then you just find out that these celebrities are on some fuck shit. Like I recently heard of this T.I. and Tiny
Boy.
debacle. Yeah, all I'm gonna say is I believe it all. I believe all of it. All of it. You don't hear me? I believe it all because yeah. Anything that, and I'm not gonna say exactly what it is because trigger warnings and all them things, but anything that a number of victims say, and there's so many, it can't, how can this be false? There has to be some truth in it, and celebrities are into some weird stuff
Because they think they can get away with it.
and they do for the most part. If it weren't for them meddling kids,
Honestly,
they would have
literally.
gotten away with it.
Literally. We're going to be talking about
Especially-
middling kids today. But
Yeah, especially
Segways are segways. Give me the bike.
give it a loop, especially because like a lot of them do it. It's like, well, who gonna check me? Them man know.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Them niggas are funding it, in fact.
It's your money. More money. I want your money. I
Yeah.
want more money. Like people are paying for these things, so people like just don't really want to, I guess, come out and say, yeah, so and so did this to me, or I was in a situation where I went here and this is what I saw. People are signing NDAs all over the gaff, like, huh? So you lot are just drafting legal documents that mean that people have to shut their mouths all the time. Like, do you not think that it's something a bit morally wrong here?
See, I hear that, but at the same time, when there's people like, what's that chick's name? Something Powell. That girl that sent you see that DM that some girl sent to Drake, and then he was just like, oh, I know who you are. I want no parts.
Yeah,
Yeah, her. Like,
He said,
yeah.
get thee behind me, Satan. He said, no, I did not.
That girl, like everybody she deals with, she's on TikTok. Again, I'm just but she's on TikTok with the thing with every rapper I've slept with. Or that's made me get an abortion.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
She's moving.
you know
mad.
what?
I'm not gonna lie, you do have a sickness if you target rappers who they don't just kind of happen to be in relationships with other people or happen to have wives. You have a sickness if you're targeting these people and then in the same breath getting into situations that still take two to tango, but you're also an active participant if you're having consensual relations with these people. But we're talking about when it's not, when they're coercing you, when they're manipulating you, when they're drugging you and making you do XYZ, right? That's what we're talking about, T.I. and Tiny. However, speaking of TikTok,
We haven't even introed the episode yet.
we haven't even introed the episode. Mad. It's your girl Lex.
It's your boy Dens.
And you're locked into
Twin Podcast.
Speaking of TikTok, isn't that where that little boy was talking about, he's not a little boy, let me not make it sound madder than it is, where that guy was talking about Kanye West and why he believes the Jeffree Star stuff?
No, I haven't.
Did
I haven't
you
seen
see
it.
that?
I haven't seen it.
So there's this one guy, and he's like how Kanye, he's gay, a gay white gentleman, and he was talking about how Kanye invited him, like one of Kanye's people came to him and sent him a DM. I think he had DM'd Kanye first, allegedly, and then allegedly he received a response from the person, whatever, but he was at a party that Kanye was at before, so they met, and then he DM'd him after, and then there was a whole like little something apparently, and then he got invited now to a next place that Kanye was going to be at, and he snapped, like, it's mad because he was kind of adding receipts, but I don't know, because you can make receipts fit, but he was like, oh, and this is the day that I went. He showed like the location and stuff, and there was like a matching location that they were in the same place, but at the same time it's like, yeah, you're in the same place, like, that doesn't prove that you did anything or that he was truly the one who invited you. But the person, like, he showed DMs of somebody saying, yeah, he said da. But you know, we're living in an age where like
anyone can say anything, literally just for the TikTok.
All it takes is for me, if for example, like, people have verified accounts. I have a friend who has a verified account. All it takes is I get you to send me something, we doctor the image small, and that's it. And it's TikTok, so it's like, it's moving pretty fast. This is a 20-30 second story,
and they don't even show the whole screen
with screenshots, but it's a little green screen, and you're like, this da, he said that da, and then that's it, and then we just believe it. Like, don't you think that's a bit bad?
That's why with bear stuff, like, I am all for believing the victim, but sometimes, like, a lot of the time, I don't necessarily like comment on some stuff because I'm just like, I actually don't need to. Not that I don't need to. Like,
even if I believe you, I don't need to talk about it.
Do you get what I mean? Because my thing isn't gonna sway the courts. Actually, no, public opinion does help with like juries and stuff, I guess, because it changes the pool. However, like, at least a lot of the stuff that I hear, I'm far removed from. Like, in terms of like American culture and stuff, like bare stuff will be going on. What I say on the internet won't necessarily change it. I'll wait for the facts to come before I'm like, I'm solely sold on such and such. Like, I can believe who I'm gonna believe, but I don't outwardly like condemn a lot of things just until like I see what happens. But yeah, no, more time I believe what the creep shit that niggas are doing. Yeah.
Guilty as charged.
But yeah, you were saying the TikTok.
So I find TikTok really, really interesting, and the reason why so I have a TikTok. Follow me on there.
Same.
It's crisis, CRY.SUS.
_K.
Mine is the same as my Instagram. But follow me on TikTok, because I actually think it's fun. Like, there's so much on there.
I didn't
TikTok
even know you had a TikTok.
But like, yeah, I post what I post on my reels on my TikTok. TikTok is bloody funny. And funny enough, like, people have been saying to me, I really love your sounds on here. And I'm like, thank you. Can only be who I am. But like, we all get inspiration from different places. You hear things. I've heard some things, like videos, and I've been like, I've got to make that a TikTok, or I've got to make that a reel, like, that is so funny, whatever, and people get inspired by these kinds of things, and that's how I feel like it's grown, it's advanced. But also TikTok has become a place for really sharing information.
Fam, I learned so much,
and like,
and it's even, you know what I like the people that are popular on TikTok are spreading information as well. And it's like, I don't feel like there's another app where people are allowed, or where people are that multifaceted on.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Because TikTok, you can literally do so many like different stuff.
I can literally dance today and do makeup tomorrow, and then the next day I'm talking about COVID
or oppression, and it's like you can mix that in with stuff. Like, Snap is more so like, cool, I'm entertaining these people, but these are my mates. Do you know what I mean? Which is all cool and fun.
Even on
do,
Snap, Paul Krebs wants to just play Monopoly, and they're like, where's Nala? They're like, yeah, cool, Krebs, you're cool and stuff. Can you show us our niece? And I'm like, you know, it's his account, right? Like, literally.
But when it's TikTok or Twitter, you can talk about something, but you have your Twitter following for a reason, or like the reason why people follow you. And Instagram is, but again, it's very like centered. This is what your page is.
People want you to have a niche on Instagram.
Yeah. Whereas TikTok, you can do whatever. Like, even that what's that guy's name? Vic Trender or something. The Victor guy. You know,
he's so funny. My days.
Now every time, now when I hear anything, now when I think of him, all I hear is, I'm walking. Fam.
It's so funny.
But yeah, like, he'll be doing his skits. I even watched one this morning, and he was talking about like history teachers teaching them stuff, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, Saint Louis was the powerful something that brought the revelation, or went and entrepreneurized a lot of the European countries." And he was like, or a lot of the African countries really brought entrepreneurship or whatever. And he's like, no, that was actually his. He actually went there with the intention of making people slaves, and this is how this happened, and this person is related to this person. And I was just like, I didn't know that. I can't remember the names specifically, just because I watched it while I was like rushing to get ready. But I was just like, you know what? I like what you did there. You got spunk, kid.
Educational.
Yeah, like, and I like that. I like people being able to show like different dimensions of who they are.
Yeah.
While still being who at least.
Who we think they are,
yeah.
Within the confines of who they've chosen to be on the internet. One thing I think about TikTok is I think about Gen Z, and I say Gen Z as though I'm far removed from it, but people would argue that I'm technically Gen Z, even though I'm a 90s baby. But anyway, this whole millennial stroke Gen Z type thing, the decided ages and dates I'm not 100% sure on, but what I do know is what 17-year-olds today know, and what I knew at 17 is different. And I genuinely feel like TikTok is a large contributing factor. Obviously in my day we had Vine, we had Keek, and Vine was damn funny. I feel like people have taken the comedy that they had, that they were throwing out, and the creativity that was Vine, and made TikTok almost like Vine times 100. But it's also because people are grown enough to have, let's say, the editing skills to make really, really sick, almost short films in a short space of time, same way that they were doing with Vine. But there are so many other platforms that now, like, because you have TikTok, you can now put your TikToks on Instagram. It can help you with like larger growth, so you can get a following, you can have it monetized, and all it takes is like, TikTok is honestly so random.
Literally,
I can do one natural hair video and that can mean that I blow on TikTok, but all my other videos have like 200 views, 300 views, a couple 25 likes, 2 comments, but one video just goes viral.
And it doesn't matter how popping you are.
It doesn't matter how popping you are. Your thing can just not pop on TikTok, or it can just pop. Like, I was laughing when Jason Derulo was doing his thing at the beginning on TikTok. We were all laughing, but that guy's a master TikToker. Like, he's so good. Like, he's actually so good, and his content is so good. I get why people follow him, and I get why he has so many views, because he's entertaining and the edits are sick. Like, his transitions make sense. But also, like, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna dance on TikTok, because I could do, but like upper body dancing, like, that can never be my only thing on there. And I say upper body because someone said I miss when we danced with legs.
Fam, no, that was so funny, and it was just like,
because we all knew what they meant.
Because that girl was doing like, and I was just like, and people were just like, oh, bro, like, these people are, imagine,
they're literally dancing.
These people are gonna do this.
Up.
These people are gonna do this in the club.
So
and I wouldn't believe it. Like, I believe it,
bro, because they've not. Okay, so you know we've been in lockdown all this time, yeah. Think about the fact that we went into lockdown in 2020, yeah. But some people, like, you know, the makings of lockdown began the end of 2019. Bear in mind, if we went into lockdown in 2020, winter came in it. So we were inside anyway. The last time most people went out properly, like in the way that they would like to, would have been the summer of 2019 now. Summer 19, yeah, and summer 2021 are not going to be the same. Some people in summer 19 were 17. You're not the same person at 17 as you are at 19. You're not even necessarily allowed in the same places. So if now, or for example, you've gone from 19 to 21, now you're a big woman, you're a big man, but you haven't had the continuing social experiences that you would do when transitioning from that age to the next age. So if you've come out of uni like you did, and you never got to go out post uni, now when you do go out, now you're gonna be all 23 allowed in the same motives, even if it's 23 plus. He gonna be partying with the big dogs. But he never had that experience coming out of uni. So you lot have gone from uni raves where you're still kind of allowed to whine in some reckless ways to now being in the motives with the rest of us.
Nah, and I agree with you.
It's gonna be mad.
And I agree with you. I'm just lucky, like during the summer bit, like
There was a little
window or avenue like I could go out. But with what you said, it actually raises something like really interesting. Like it's gonna be interesting to see how this has stunted people's growth in a sense, because
it's like going to jail.
I wasn't gonna say that.
I think it is.
I was gonna use the example of like how people like see rappers and stuff, just because we were talking about them before. Like rappers, imagine if when you were 17, you got, or at least 19, like, and then you started to get like, you didn't have to work. Like I feel like a lot of growing, I say work in terms of like the traditional sense of work, or the like responsibilities or stuff that comes with, I guess, working and struggling with work. Like, as I say, regular people do. And that's like with what we were saying in the last episode about like relationships and how that like builds it, or how niggas see it, relationships and stuff as cash loss. Imagine from 19 till now, because you're older than me, so 19 to 25, money was not a factor for you, or working within like the hours you work. Do you know what I mean? Like working within the hours that you work with wasn't a factor for you. Your maturity level
it'll be so different.
It's gonna be so different, because a lot of it you're maturing like aspects of, oh, you know where this and this has to go to, but you can still do the same stuff necessarily that you wanted to do when you were 19.
Yeah.
And you just have the money to do it.
I just had different responsibilities. But that's why even when they talk about like people who go to uni versus people who don't like, what the kind of differences are. Some people who didn't go to uni, I feel like they were acting grown from early. Because if you're in London and you need to pay bills, or you had to move out of your house, or you were the sole person helping your mom, you needed to. Do you know, I didn't need to drive at university. I did not need, I can't stress this enough, I did not need a car at uni. If I was in London, I would have needed a car.
I feel like that's a big difference though. Like even me, like I don't have a car, but I can see that with my friends that didn't go to uni, they all drive
because you kind of need a car.
Yeah.
When you're gonna be in London all the time, you can see the convenience. You're driving around. In uni, you're in the one city, especially if you live on campus, in it. You're in the one city that you're in. Most of the time, everywhere you go is walking distance, and if it's not walking distance, you make it walking distance because you're a student. It's enough that you're paying for your accommodation and you're paying to live. But when you're in London, it's like maybe you're not paying to live, or even if you are, it's like, okay, I need to get to places fast now because I'm going to do the food shopping because I happen to be here. Do you get what I mean? It's them kinds of things. But saying all that, bro, I think it's like going to jail. I'm not saying that we're in jail. Let me not lie. That's a completely different thing. People who are in jail, unless they were wrongly accused, are in there because there's a reason why they need to be in solitary confinement.
The person that needs to be in jail is Boris. You will pay for your war crimes. You will pay. You will pay. Boris, regardless, I'm gonna get you back. I gotta see this through. Get you back. If it's the last thing I do. Nah, Boris, nah. That was the best episode of That's a Raven.
Gonna get you back. Seriously though, Boris is gonna pay for what he's done. Like, what trimming that we have back. He will pay. He will pay. He'll pay for what he's done, because we could have been out of this. Because in Wuhan, somebody said their lips in the club in Wuhan, and we're here not being able to go to the supermarkets.
Someone's grabbing girls' nyash
like
to usher nice and slow. I am furious.
I was still here 1 year on, you know, they're talking about 100,000. Like, I'm sorry, like, that is a lot. If you think about it, it's almost like being in jail. Even though I've never been to jail, I can imagine. To be honest, let me say this from experience. People who I know who went to prison, when they went to prison and came out, they were not the same as us. They didn't even know that we didn't wear baggy jeans anymore. We've moved on from the phones that we had before. Now everybody had an iPhone. They were like, oh, okay. In jail, more time. Nowadays, you can have a fancy phone. But them times, when we were in secondary school and people were going to prison, when they went in, people were using Sony Ericssons, and they came out and everyone had Blackberries, and they were like, what? If you go in again now, which happens, come back out, everybody's got an iPhone, you're like, what? Snap, what's that? Now, obviously, I'm seeing like Instagram lives and people are in jail. I mean, I'm not here to, incite any sort of anything. I'm not telling you to sneak an iPhone up your ass.
Niggas in
but
jail.
I'm not telling you to do that.
Niggas
However,
in jail have TikToks as well, by the way.
people have TikToks. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, jail is different. Because when I was listening to Free TC, it's a different experience. It depends what you're in jail for. It depends where you are. In America, it depends on your state. Like, it can even depend on your county. But being away, life is always going to move. And that's one thing I think is so mad. Like, in the same way that TikTok is the new thing, life is just moving all the time.
Yeah.
Like, so my boyfriend's little sister, she's 17. This babe knows bare things. Like, I'm sorry, the babe knows bare things. Shout out to you, sis. She knows bare things. And I'm just like, I didn't know this kind of stuff at 17. And I'm not even saying that she's over mature, because she's not, but she just knows things. It's almost like the Google that them lot are using, and the Google we're using.
Google.
It's a different Google.
Like, what was that thing you said she does?
So I learned this from her. Now I'm using it. Can you imagine me at my big age? I saw her doing a study with me on YouTube, and I was like, "What are you watching?" She was like, "Oh, it's a study with me," and I was like,
"A study what?"
You say what? And it's just other people sat on YouTube. Bear in mind, I have a YouTube channel. I've never accessed this side of YouTube ever. There are thousands of sides of YouTube, hundreds of thousands, if you don't know. But she was like, yeah, like, it's a study with me. And I was like, huh? So you basically sit there and you have on someone studying. You can put in the time that you want, if you want it. So for example, when I do it, I'll be like 2 hours. It's mad because I actually use it now. It's so mad. But you can choose if you want there to be music, no music, rain sounds, just like normal like library sounds. So like you hear them opening and closing their highlighter, drinking a bottle of water. But the idea is that it obviously creates the atmosphere that you're studying with somebody else to make it, I guess, less boring or less distracting when you're studying by yourself. So you study with them and they film themselves and da. I was like, this is Gen Z. Like, they know these things. And speaking of that and TikTok, a lot of what they learn is on there. You know, she told me about the Essentials drop, the Fear of God drop. Where did she find out? TikTok. Now, how the hell you gonna know there's gonna be a drop from TikTok? And how timely does this have to be? Like, that's what I think is mad.
I think that's so crazy. Just to touch up on the thing you missed thing. There's a boy that's been in a 10-month coma, and he woke up and he didn't have any knowledge of the pandemic. That guy.
They said he caught it twice.
He caught it twice. Is that
the
why he was in the coma?
19-year-old.
Is that why he was
while he was sick, he's caught COVID.
Swear.
Apparently.
What the hell?
The 19-year-old.
Yeah, he was in a coma.
Yeah.
They
said he's caught COVID twice.
Damn. But
he doesn't even
nuts.
know. How you gonna catch something you don't know exists?
Like, fam, you woke up and it's like pan chocolate. Like, do you know what I mean?
Said we in a demo panic.
Fam, that
we're in a demo panic. Can you imagine?
That was one of the funnier remixes.
That was one of the funniest because it makes sense. That one in Pakrama. Honestly.
Nah, for me it's the Peppa Pig.
We the Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig is so rude. I'm sorry. Boycott Peppa.
Nah,
She's
man.
bad for the youth them.
Nah, man.
She's teaching too much liberation.
Peppa a real one. What would I do without you? My charge.
But seriously, imagine.
Nah, that is crazy. But yeah, them man like, well, us man, I guess, share like information like different, and it's fast. But then again, like, there might be too much information for your young brain to handle though. Like, I don't know if I said this in the last one, but like the level of, or the one with Peter, the level at which like this stuff is progressing, like technology versus like human mental capacity, like in like previous years, like there was the graph of like technology is always developing, but like in contrast to like, let's say, planes and things like that, like the rate it was going at is like this, and then cell phones, and it's going like this. Do you get what I mean? Like, I think we gotta slow down a bit because there's too much to know, and that's why I said the whole like, even like the I want to see what the effects is gonna be, because these people for the last 2 years are being raised or learning things only through technology.
Yeah, they can't even go to school.
Do you get what I mean? Like, all your social
you have to have the
interactions
internet
and stuff.
in order to school.
It's so.
At 6 years old, yeah, Carmel's mom shouted me saying that she got locked out of her email, so she couldn't access Carmel's school, and she needed to make sure that, you know, she got back to her email so that her child can go to school.
If she don't, imagine if she didn't do that, yeah. Just think about that. Like, let's say like she's locked out of her email for like 2 days or something. That's 2 days. All Carmel's gonna see is YouTube or Google. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
The
YouTube,
internet.
TikTok, and it's nuts. Like that's actually crazy.
You literally need the internet now. Free Wi-Fi. When Corbyn was saying it, no more showing him like he was a crazy guy. You were looking at him like he was crazy. Everybody thought he was mad when he said, "Yeah, I think that we should have free broadband." Now look.
Lucas said it, man. If I start slapping everybody in here, everyone's gonna say I'm mad. Everyone's gonna say I'm mad. That's not doing mad stuff. People are gonna say I'm mad.
Lucas used to say bad things.
Man, Lucas was doing a lot, man.
Like, no, but deep it, like the need for things that we perhaps didn't need when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you were younger, you didn't need a computer.
Now you need a computer.
You literally need a. How are you gonna do your
You were
work?
privileged to have a computer. But
Yeah,
now
we
it's
had
like,
one, but
it's still
other
like,
people didn't have one.
that are still privileged, but it's like it's coming like as a basic need now.
It is actually a basic necessity. You
is-
need a computer and you need Wi-Fi, because you literally, if I did not have the internet, I could not do my uni work.
I can't do anything.
Like, I literally could not do that. And it's bad enough that our Wi-Fi is not fast.
Terrible.
It's not bang, especially now that everybody's home. Like, it's literally gone downhill. Like,
Killing
lockdown,
us.
It's got the Wi-Fi in. The Wi-Fi is like this.
Fam,
It's got the Wi-Fi in a chokehold.
We don't support this man, but Robert Kelly in that interview where he's just like, "Yo, niggas killing me. I'm out here I'm fighting for my life."
That's what
on
our
this
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi,
is saying.
fam.
We're literally fighting for our lives on the Wi-Fi. Like, we are fighting for our lives on the Wi-Fi, and I feel like it's mad to think that like that's the transition that life has taken. Because in our social media graveyard episode, if you lot haven't listened to that track, you should do. We talk about all the different ways in which we access the internet and all the different social media platforms that we used before.
Yeah.
But bro, this pandemic is it's giving different vibes.
If I've tried Google this, yeah, but I don't think you can actually buy stocks into it or shares in it. But if I could, because I don't think they've dropped like something that they have to drop for you to be able to like invest in it, I would invest in TikTok by the bucket loads. Take all of my money because this thing here, baby, this isn't slowing down for diddly squat.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think TikTok's going to slow down.
I don't think TikTok's going to slow down. Just because
people thought Instagram would, and it didn't, but now it has.
You know, I didn't know there was a search page on TikTok.
No,
everything I had seen was like suggested and stuff, or was sent to me by my friends. And what I like about TikTok as well, when you're sending stuff, we're not even being paid by these, man. But like, I'll send stuff to them. I don't even have to chat to them like that. It's more like a and message thing. I don't think TikTok is the place to have like in-depth conversations.
I've not had one conversation on there.
Like,
I don't even really respond to my comments.
Like, damn.
No, like in the same way that I would on YouTube, I respond to all my comments.
But then,
because they feel more personal.
But with this, you can just like comments.
Yeah, I can just like it. I don't have to respond.
That's what I mean. Like with messages, like when people send you stuff, I more time like the response, and then if it's like proper funny, I might say something. But more time not. It's just like you like it. And our friend Jadine, Jadine sends me like, if I don't go on my TikTok for 2 days. In fact, let's see it now. Right at this point in time. This is real. This is coming to you live. Coming to you live from the gutter. I'm just this motherfucker. I'm a body man. Look, what does that say?
I can't see you.
What does that say in my messages?
99.
Open it.
That's ridiculous.
Because that's plus 99. Then go into that. How much has Jadine or it say J Monet sent me?
None, you know. Oh, 35.
35. Okay, cool. Yeah, she has it.
But you've got like 10 from better.
Do you get what I mean? There was one day Jadine sent me like, I hadn't gone in for like 2 days. Jadine sent me 99 I think TikToks. And the way TikTok is, it's easy breezy. You're just swiping through.
You watch them so fast.
Somebody made this analogy. Yeah, I used to watch this show called Legion. It was a really like interesting show. Like if you don't like weird weird cameras or like schizophrenia, scatterbrain filming, you'll really like this show. Like it's so weird and interesting. But I was watching like clips of it because I haven't watched the third season, And they basically did like an analogy of Plato's cave, innit? And it's like
Plato's allegory of the cave is such an interesting thing.
And it's basically like you're inside, or it's basically talking about reality, but it's like you're inside. Let's say reality is you being inside a cave, and there's a wall in the cave. Let's say like the wall here, and the only things we perceive as reality is what's like the shadows on the wall. Like we can only see what's on the wall. Shown to us. Yeah, what's being shown to us. And they were saying like, cool, that's very interesting. But then imagine now if the shadows is now your screens, because now all you're seeing is, or the cave that you've created for yourself is now your phone, and everything you see, the shadows you see, is only what's being shown to you in your phone. And bit by bit, you become more and more detached from what's around you, because the shadows are like other people. Oh wait, no, I used the wrong one. There was 2 examples from the show. I'm so sorry, guys, but this is the same thing. But you got what I was saying. What I was saying. Like everything you're shown or you perceive to be is real is on your phone. And let's say this pandemic continues and you still can't go out. That's gonna be a whole generation that are only knowing stuff based off what's shown to them. Because at the end of the day, what's on your phone is shown to you. You aren't looking and making these real interpretations of things because you're not experiencing it. And the other thing they did was, it's so annoying that I've forgotten because it was really good. It's basically like we see people on the internet as figures, or things on the internet as figures, and bit by bit it's just like, oh yeah, these things are figures, so that's the only way we see them. But we forget that these figures are people, so much so that we become figures ourselves. Like when you're messaging some, you know what? Forget it, because I can't remember. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna spin the block of this. I'm gonna go back, watch it, come back next episode with an in-depth perception on society. It's going to be intellectual. It's going to be mind-boggling, and you will love it.
But like, off the back of what you said, the one that you did remember, as in like your phone is kind of what's within your cave. I feel like that applies to people who haven't been outside. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't apply to people who have, but I think it applies in different ways.
That's what I mean.
So the same way I say, like, for example, a lot of people that I know anyway, that I came across at uni and stuff like that, didn't go out before uni. For example, if you've lived a guarded life, or you weren't allowed out, you had really strict parents, or whatever, or even if you just generally yourself, you were a nerd, you liked to study, you didn't really go anywhere, you had no desire to really go anywhere. Me and my books, I'm going to study and I'm going to get that degree. Yeah. If that's what you were on and you didn't like let loose until uni, if you start uni in the year when the pandemic starts, you're not going anywhere, you're not getting the uni experience, you have to do uni online. So people who started uni end of 2020, for example, you didn't even really get your A-level results. So uni is something you're doing, but you're not going to. Yeah, that for example. So like, I know people who they've gone physically to the city because they need obviously access to a library, but they're not going in, or they're doing like blended learning. If all the clubs are closed, which they have to be because the hospitality industry again is it's getting a blood in it.
Fight back, nigga. Fight back.
Fight back, nigga. Like, if the hospitality industry is on its knees, say Davido. like we know that it is, yeah. Fair love. Get up, nigga. If the hospitality industry is on its knees, like we know it is, then them clubs ain't open, bars are not open, you're not going out. Even if it's
calm down, nigga, calm down.
If the hospitality industry is on its knees like we know it is, then people aren't going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? So you're not going out, even if you can go to some lectures, which I guess, as I said, some unis are doing blended learning. So you go in one week, you don't go in the next week, then you go in the week after, whatever. But that's only like for seminars. Most lectures are being pre-recorded and all them things there. If that is your uni experience, you're not getting Rampage. You're not going Barfest. All of that's locked off. You're not getting Big Clash. You're not getting to join societies where you physically meet anybody. Everything's happening online. You don't. Let's say you never went out before. You still haven't gone out. So if you started uni, let's say into like end of 2019, you may have done two freshers, but you hadn't met anyone at that time. So maybe you went to the campus things that were dead, the little SU stuff, right? Went to a little SU bar. Your time was going to be, from January, when the sun was going to come out, whatever, you're going to have your time. You didn't get that throughout 2020. Now we're in 2021, you're still not getting that. Every uni is going to be reluctant to relax measures in the university itself because, one, they have to go by what the government says, but two, they recognize that you are paying them, and if you get sick as a result of their negligence, they recognize they will need to pay you more. Therefore, as much as universities are trying to protect them, like they're trying to say they're protecting you, they're protecting themselves as well. They can't do things that are illegal, so they're not going to allow you to be doing things. Equally, the businesses aren't doing that. You're not living.
Plus, they have to pay their staff to come in as
like even if it's, and we're talking about if it's the SU bar, talk less of the actual clubs in your respective cities. They are closed and they've been closed. If restaurants are even closed, like you're not going anywhere. So if you haven't ever been anywhere, it's just carrying on.
Now when we saw that the shop in
Ends,
Ends that we go to,
we love this little wing spot in Ends.
That's closed down now because of this pandemic is nuts.
Like you're losing business. You literally can't open up. So in the same way that like people have had to shut down their businesses, people have had to go without experiences that they potentially heard of from older siblings or even parents, or they saw on the internet. If you'd never been to a party before the age of 18 and you were going to uni with the hope that you would go to a party, but your uni experiences in the pandemic, you literally don't know what it's like. You're only seeing it on the internet. So you're learning about parties on TikTok.
It's crazy, man.
Like, I think that's mad. Wahala for who no go to recess, honestly. Wahala for who never experienced pitch in its heyday. Because
that's where I'm at right now. But, fam, well, we have to see. Best of luck to Generation
Good luck,
Z.
Charlie.
But yeah, good luck, Charlie. Heard they want me dead. Good luck, man. Good luck, because it's tight.
Before we fully rise up,
fam, honestly, we have to remove the virus.
That's the only way. J-House was spitting. I don't care. He was spitting.
Oh.
It's so tight. But another thing that they've been doing though, before we wrap up, is I think like the cute little trends, I like them. I like that. I like TikTok can sell things out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want it to be sold out, but I think that if that is your business, I can imagine that it will be amazing. Imagine your business just blowing because somebody started talking about it on TikTok, and it's happened. Like literally. They sold out the Little Moons mochi. It's like a little Japanese kind of frozen thing. It's sold out everywhere. You can only find it in Japanese supermarkets. But this is making people now go past Tesco, past Waitrose, past M&S because it's sold out to go to these little stores where it's patronising the businesses where the pandemic probably hit them hard, but randomly because of TikTok, people are able to go and pay. And I just think like there are some good things. It's bringing business to people who need it. So
man, I agree. Cool. Top picks?
My top picks. I'd say maybe you start. I need to wait for my phone to... Okay, no. This stopped ringing. Cool. My first top pick is it's an R&B song by Carl Benjamin. It is called Moon. Don't know if you've heard it, but it's kind of sweet. It's kind of soft. I think it's new. So that's my first top pick. I can't sing it because it's a new song to me, so I'm not gonna do that. But check out Carl Benjamin with Moon. My second top pick is an oldie but a goodie. If you know about my girl MC Light, wow, what a babe. She was like the queen of the dark lip liner and just baggy clothes. Serious MC with her perm. She was sick. And the tune is Keep On Keeping On featuring Escape. Classic. I think they did like a live performance on an episode of Moesha, and I was like, this song slaps. How have I forgot about this song? This slaps. Then my final top pick, I heard this, funnily enough, I saw this on someone's story and I was like, I'm gonna add that to my library. And then I was watching Elle's Song Association. Literally yesterday, that's all I was watching.
The one I was cheated out of, but that's fine.
Whatever. Watch our Song Association if you haven't seen it on our channel. But who was it that spoke about this? Was it Lucky Day?
I haven't watched this one yet.
I watched
the
Bear.
Masagos?
I watched the Masagos. I watched Lucky Days. I watched Lecrae. I watched Candy. I just watched Bear. Anyway, the song is by Akeem Ali and it's Kimi Casanova. That song slaps. He's got this kind of old style, but it's a new song. But he has this kind of almost 80s style. I love it. Kimi Casanova, check that out.
Kimi Casanova.
So that's my top pick.
That's a sick name, still.
Isn't it?
I think it is. I think it was Masego's one, you know.
It might have been.
Yeah, that was one of the songs he sang, innit?
I don't know. I don't know if it was Masego's one.
Damn.
I watched Bear, but you lot should. I love Masego anyway. You lot should watch his song Association.
I think that's sick.
How,
Yeah, Kimi Casanova.
Yeah,
I proper like
it's just making sense. That's the name of the song.
Cool. My top picks are in first. I've been listening to Mahalia a lot.
I love Mahalia
recently. So is her with Good Reason. I like that Seasons project proper. I think my favorite from is that Surprise Me, but this is my favorite for a week. Secondly, my second top pick is I had this here already. So annoying. Oh, Mo Stack I think has an early contender for verse of the year on 100K on Chip's tape.
I haven't listened to it yet, so I can't speak on it.
Because when I saw the video and stuff, or like the thing, or the Twitter clips, I wasn't really like taking it in like that, innit? But then when I listened to it by itself, I was just like, this nigga is saying adequate things that I like very much. This nigga spitting. This nigga is spitting. And it was cold. Like, I proper like it. And my top pick, I believe it is... Yes. Overdose by VB.
I've not heard it.
But I came on here like a couple episodes ago and I was saying that he has like his road, but he has like soul samples. He sampled Summer Walker, I forgot what song he sampled with her for it. And I was wrong. He's from Tottenham. He's like a Tottenham older. When I was saying he's a young artist. Yeah, like he's old.
Why
like,
do I not know who this is?
Like, anyway. It's been your boy Dance.
It's been your girl Lex.
And you've been tuned into Twin Podcast.
Over and out.
Over and out.